This video from Your Shirts Your Way is how to set up your CorelDraw workspace for creating gang sheets for us to print and get the best results. In the welcome screen, hit the plus button to create a new document. Name your document. Since you are billed by sheet, select the number of pages to 1. Make sure you choose RGB as the primary color mode, as our RIP is designed to take RGB as the chosen input for printing. We have set up this video in inches and set up our size at 22 by 60, as this is the best value sheet we sell. I have included a chart in different measurements for the conversion of your chosen unit of measure in your own workflow. Select Portrait Mode, as this is how the RIP and our system for managing your file is designed. Set your RGB profile to Adobe RGB 1998 once again because our RIP is set up for RGB input, and the designated color space is the Adobe RGB 1998 color space, your CYMK profile to Greco 2006, your dot gain to 20%, and your rendering intent to perceptual. The RIP uses perceptual as a rendering intent to prevent color clipping and smoother gradient transitions for better colors. Now that your document is created, let's double check your settings and also set up the default. Navigate to Tools, Color Management to open the panel. Checking all your settings. The only setting you might need to reset in this section is the Preserve Color Appearance because Assign New is the default. In the default section, let's create presets so you don't have to change them for every document, and as a safeguard for not having issues with your DTF prints. Make sure all the settings are correct. Adobe RGB 1998 in the RGB, Greco 2006 in the CYMK, dot gain 20%. Primary color mode RGB, rendering intent perceptual. We need to set our color conversion engine to Microsoft ICMCMM because when conversion happens to the Adobe 1998 color space from other color spaces, we have no color shift. Make sure both Preserve Pure Black and Map Gray to CIMK are not checked in the tick boxes, as the RIP manages the black point and white point, so any further processing would give us a lesser result. The next drop-downs in the panel all need to be set to convert to Document Color Profile to keep all files in the Adobe 1998 color space. All the checkboxes should be checked so when opening and importing or pasting, you can have CorelDraw convert your files so no color issues make it to the DTF printing process. And finally, in the spot color definition, select RGB values in the drop-down. Now you can name and save this preset. Now, in our open file, let's import our first image. You can see the warning we set up earlier alerted us that this file does not have a color profile. Surprisingly, a lot of files don't have a color profile, and if they do, it's usually sRGB. I have experienced color changes on occasion, cutting and pasting a file without a profile. Adjusting the color in the Adobe 1998 color space is the simple solution to this problem. The most common problem that causes poor DTF prints, besides incorrect image resolution, is transparent pixels. If you want detailed information on what transparent pixels are, there is a detailed section in my Photoshop video on this channel. One of the quirks of CorelDraw I found was that working in the enhanced view is what I believe to be anti-aliasing in the edges of raster images. If you change this to normal, you can see the general pixel view as in Photoshop to look for these problem-causing transparent pixels. The next step is to resample the image to 10.7.5, which we have found to be the most useful size, as it allows you to put two images side by side for good use of the printing width of our DTF sheets. This didn't affect the transparent pixels on the edges of our image, as they are still here. Now let's remove those transparent pixels so we can have a nice smooth edge and have a well-choked image. Go to Bitmap, Edit Bitmap, and the new window opens. Go to Create, then Mask from Subject. Then invert the mask. Then mask outline, expand, set the width to 1 pixel, then press the delete key repeatedly until there are no transparent pixels left. Then save and return to the image in CorelDraw. Now, make sure the save was done correctly and no transparent pixels remain, and we see the process has done the job. There are a few ways to lay out the designs. If you have a faster or easier way, please post in the comments. You can use the step and repeat to fill the page if you know how many copies you need vertically. This method is very good if you need precise spacing for cutting. The other method that can be used is using the align and distribute tools and a cut and paste method. Make sure when you use the distribute function, you set the method to selected objects. The final step is to export your sheet as a PNG. Choose the file you are going to export to. Then in the dialog box, select PNG 24-bit. Color mode RGB color. Make sure the tick box for transparency is checked. In advanced, we don't need anti-aliasing. Select embed the color profile. At the bottom, check the maintain size to keep it correct. You are ready to send us your file so we can make you vibrant, quality DTF prints. Thank you for supporting this channel.